Hi, sorry this is a little bit late in the week. I usually try and get this out by Wednesday, maybe Thursday if I'm running behind. I'm running really behind this week, which is why it's not coming out till Friday afternoon. But here we are with the devotional for the week. Proverbs chapter 4, we're jumping ahead a little bit. And the title for this chapter, at least in my Bible, is Get Wisdom at Any Cost. And so we've already looked at some of the reasons why wisdom is important. We've looked at some spiritual reasons. We've looked at some reasons concerning material wealth. And now we're going to hear a personal appeal from the writer, who is assumedly Solomon, as I've talked about. And he starts out, he says, "Listen, my son, to a father's instruction. Pay attention and gain understanding. I give you sound learning, so do not forsake my teaching. For I, too, was a son to my father, still tender and cherished by my mother. Then he taught me, and he said to me, take hold of my words with all your heart. Keep my commands, and you will live. Get wisdom, get understanding, and do not forget my words or turn away from them. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you." The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, though it cost all you have. Get understanding. Cherish her, and she will exalt you. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. So the first thing I want to start with this chapter is where he talks about, "For I too was once a son to my father." Now, I'm young, as you guys can tell. I am not a father either. I'm not even married yet. But that is something that I've heard a lot in the past, is especially from my dad, sometimes from my grandpa. I've heard it from other men that are older than me. Will say, I was young like you once too. It's something that I've heard quite often. I hear it more and more frequently every day, it seems. And it's true. The people that have come before us have wisdom because they were there before us. They know what happened. They may not know what will happen, but they have a better idea than we do because they've seen more. And so Solomon is making this appeal. He's saying, I was once a young man yourself. I was once in your position. And this is what I was told by my father. And Solomon, assumedly, has followed that wisdom to this point, and he says, it has done well for me, and I want to do well for you. And so that's why he says, get wisdom, get understanding, because if you do that, it's going to be like a crown on your head. People are going to know that you are wise. If you're wise, it will be obvious to all those that you interact with. And so he says the beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and though it cost all you have, get understanding. It's kind of odd that the beginning of wisdom is getting wisdom. But it's kind of like, the saying, knowing is half the battle. If you know what you need to do, that right there is the first step. If you know you need to get wisdom, that's the beginning of wisdom right there. It seems a little bit contradictory. It might cause a paradox. You don't know. But that's the truth. If we say, I want to have wisdom, if we begin on that journey, then we've already taken that first step towards getting wisdom. Because wisdom is kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you search for it, the more you'll find, and the more important it'll be. But the less you search for it, the less you'll find. And so, if you're wanting to have wisdom, you just got to want it. And it'll slowly start coming to you, and you'll start searching for it more and more and finding more and more. So Solomon is making this appeal: get wisdom at any cost, because it is more important than everything. Remember, Solomon was a king, and on top of that, he was one of, if not, the richest kings in the world. And he says, find wisdom, and wisdom will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. Solomon, with all of his riches, and he had a crown of Israel, the nation that was blessed by God. And he doesn't say, you're my son, so you're good. You got all the riches that you'll ever need. He says, find wisdom, because it will be worth so much to you, and it'll be worth more than all the riches in all the world. So I hope that you take that to heart. I hope that you're reminded that we need to be continuously searching for wisdom. And with that, I'll leave you. Have a good day.